Hey guys, we're back for our first show since school started, and your very own Slice of Ham, and I'm pleased to say that I'll be doing this show now permanently. Last time I was here, it was super fun, and I can't wait to be on more shows.
Thanks again for tuning in, guys. We really appreciate it, and this show was written up just last night. We've been a little pressed for time since school and extracurricular activities. By the way, we have been broadcasting for 2 months now. 2 long, excruciating, but super fun months. So that song we were playing before, technical difficulties, we're going back to that. Here is Bee Gees with Staying Alive.
She hits like ecstasy.
All right. In world news, a news reporter with her cameraman were shot on film, like literally shot with a gun. In Moneta, Virginia, these news reporter pair were interviewing a lady about something, and
during an interview somewhere in Virginia, an ex-colleague steps on the scene and attacks the reporter with the butt of a pistol and proceeds to gun down everybody else. Now, we know that this is a little bit more sad than what we usually cover, but it needs to be talked about, and we're a bit iffy about talking about it. So, to lighten up the mood a little bit, here's Wake Me Up Before You Go.
Alright, so that was Don't Stay in School, and we're just going to have an open discussion on, like, our, views on what the school curriculum should change, or just how our experiences with it. So, if anybody wants to go for it?
Well, I mean, the basis of the entire song is saying that you don't really learn any real life skills. I mean, our high school in Crescent City used to have a home ec class, which would teach you how to do taxes, make a resume, stuff like that. But that got canceled like 2 years before we got to the high school.
Yeah, it's an amazing class that actually teaches, and it solved it. It didn't solve that problem, but it definitely helped that problem, because I have no idea what I'm gonna need to do after high school. I know there's college,
But, what after
but what after that? What do I do? And I think a really great line is when he's talking about how we learn all the ways to abstain from sex, and how to have safe sex and all that, but we don't ever learn how to raise a kid
when
we want one, because which is something important, and it is a really big problem. As much as teen pregnancy is a problem, a bigger problem is there's parents not knowing how to raise kids.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And I think this song is really great, and it needs to be put out there. How many views? Do you know how many views it has?
I think it's up where, definitely beyond thousands, maybe 10, 100,000.
I think it's in the millions at this point.
but think about advanced bio last year. How many times did we talk about the mitochondria?
Oh yeah, the powerhouse of the cell, man.
The entire year long. That's what we were talking
Well,
about.
we gotta know what the powerhouse of the cell is.
Yeah.
I will never, unless a good point that I like to think about is with math, where once you're past the point of geometry, there's not many times you will be using that math until you're a math teacher, or in a very specific field.
Geometry
Or
isn't
an
even that
engineer or
needed.
something like that.
Or an engineer.
But I mean, and I'm sure there's lots of people who love math and excel at it and are probably going to become engineers or go into a field where they'll be needing to use math a lot.
But I mean, for the people that aren't though, geometry should be a college class. Like, seriously.
I
You
wouldn't say
can't
that.
let the school system decide what a kid's going to learn, or have a kid decide what they want to learn, because at freshman, I never knew what I wanted to do.
That's true.
And if I wasn't, if it wasn't like a requirement for me to take English, I probably wouldn't have taken freshman year. But then I took advanced English. Yeah, I took advanced English sophomore year, and I just learned I'm a really good writer, and I enjoy writing creative stories and stuff like that.
And I think that the core subjects are really very, they make sense in the fact that everyone should have a basic knowledge of most things.
Yes.
But the fact that in the core of passing high school, you only need 1 year of art, and that can be satisfied without actually taking an art class. And the fact that I'm very interested in theater. I'm planning on doing 4 years of it, and I I'm not satisfying anything besides my own personal desires through those 4 years. Yeah, there's no credit, and anybody who wants to be a musician and those kind of things, and they suck at math and they're still going to be a musician, they still have to take math.
Yeah, exactly. The electives are something we can choose. When you're choosing an elective, you're choosing something that you're passionate about, something you want to do, but it doesn't count for anything.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's just this, like, it's the only part of school where you get to choose a class and be happy in it, and you don't get and you're 1 year satisfied, and you get those random elective credits that you can get from literally any other class.
And another thing is, I don't get why a performing or visual art is required, because there's kids that aren't going to even go that direction.
Absolutely.
I think that should be an elective.
Exactly.
And that requirement should be replaced by some sort of life class.
Exactly.
That home ed thing that was
absolutely. I
discontinued.
think performing arts is something that people who want to be in performing arts or want to be in band or want to be an artist, they're going to take those classes.
Definitely.
And it's not helping them. It's just it's what they're going to do anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't give us any credits, and me and you are both in theater, and I love it. I love the entire process of putting something together and working hard and having all these people come and watch us. It's a wonderful thing to do, and it's a wonderful thing for us to put on. And in band and in steel band and stage band, madrigals, they work really hard to
amazing.
practice, and they put it on, and it's fantastic. We have an awesome band, and there's no other classes that really do this community showcase, so to speak.
And they all do it because they love it. That is their passion, but they're not rewarded.
Yeah, but and then here's the other thing:
with credits.
If you made an elective a requirement, there would be those kids who were in it and didn't want to be there and would not participate. That's why they're electives in the first place, because you get to choose. But they still don't count for anything because they're not course requirements. But anyways,
I think we're getting a little bit off topic here because this is our own personal agenda all over the radio waves.
So here is American Pie.
All right, after that long but awesome song, we have more news. Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis defended her decision today when Robbie Blankenship and Jesse Cruz tried to get a marriage license. She said she was not discriminating because I'm not issuing marriage license to anybody.
Which was a lie. It was only gay and or lesbian couples. But U.S. Attorney Carrie B. Harvey issued a statement today saying, "We have grave concerns about the reported failure to comply with the court's order. Government officials are free to disagree with the law, but not disobey it. It's time for the clerk. It's time for the clerk and the county to follow the law."
She's been married 4 times, 3 divorces. We've been together 20 years. The Associated Press reported that Davis has been married 4 times, twice to the same man, and divorced 3 times.
And yet it's still the gays ruining the sanctity of marriage.
Though today's video show that Davis appears to be trying to refuse issuing a license without getting into a debate, she does bring up her religious belief at one point. Though our Constitution was found on faith in being cut off by the couple and protesters.
Shortly after, Davis is seen retreating to her office with the shades drawn. She has been in her office much of today and was escorted to work by a man with a handgun visible at his waistband. The controversy surrounding her refusal will play out Thursday in court, where a federal judge told her to appear after the Supreme Court this week refused to intervene in an appeals court's affirmation that she issues the license. She could be found in contempt of court. Her attorney will argue that she should not be held in contempt of court because of her due process rights.
Now, our updates were from a couple days ago, but we got some awesome updates last night that this lovely yet bigoted person has got the cuff slapped on her and is now in jail and is going to be in court and might get some prison time if we're lucky. Seriously, people like this are not what we need. We need just acceptance for everybody. We need smart people. Not religious people. All right, now here's Pink with Raise Your Glass. It's a little obscure, but it is a gay anthem, or so I was told. Did you do stuff? Stop doing things. That's all for today, guys. Thanks for tuning into the Youth Unmuted, and we hope that you all had a great time and hope that you guys plan to join us through the school year. And next week, we will have a phone and a phone number for you guys to call in and take part in our open discussions. It'll be fun. Woo! We'll see you guys next week. This is Youth Unmuted signing off, and we're going out with Passion Pit, Take a Walk to the Best Ginger in the World, Tyler Harrison.
Yay!